Hi, Laura. Yeah, I haven't planned on a live, but it seems like there are no sirens during the day, and I need to do something. So here I am. US and Canada are probably asleep at these hours, but maybe Europe and Australia are awake. Let's hope so. And if not, anyone can catch the replay. Okay, I didn't even plan too much. I know a vague thing that I want to do, and that's that. And it starts by just smearing paint, like I like to call it. So, yeah. Okay. Hi, Juanita. Yeah, it's afternoon here. My name Noit. That like if it was two words like N-O and E-A-T, just together, Noit. Okay, so I've got my paints, and I know that I want to do some stenciling on top. So I'm going to grab some stencil to go on top. Let's see. Maybe this one. Yeah, here it's a 14 and 23. So it's 2 and 23 p.m. Yes. Okay, so that's that. We'll see. Okay, so thinking about using this stencil. I don't even know what I'm going to do for a focal point. I just know that I need to smear some paint. So yeah, we'll see where it gets me. I'm going to put a generous amount of white here, and I've got a soft brush. This is a makeup brush, but I use it for a crafting. I really like those kind of brushes. And I've got some acrylic paint, I've got some turquoise, some purple, some green, and I'm hoping for a nice soft background. Now I'm just distributing first the white. I'm not careful about it or anything. It's just so I will have something to mix it, and it's kind of goes directly, and I'll probably add more as I go. It just helps the blending, and I don't know, that's how I make it, this kind of background that you will see me making. So out, yep. And let's take some of the green. Okay, So now I'm just going to start doing something like this, and it just mixes with the white. And if I feel it's too much, I can always bring more white. Like so. I'm also letting everything mix. Like I don't care if the purple touches the green or the turquoise, and I'm moving from place to place. I'm working with a dry brush. I didn't wet it first, just so you will know. Okay, I like it. I need more purple. I like it. So I'm adding purple. I'm already in love with this background. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Maybe just a little bit more turquoise here. Yeah. And now I'm just taking a little bit of white and I don't know, just going around adding white in some places. Yep. Okay. Like it. And I still got lots of paint on my brush, so I'm just going to clean it on a page. Okay, I've got it. Okay, so now I just need for this to be dry before I'm stenciling on top of it. Next I want to stencil. I'm feeling like doing some leaves, and I'm thinking of going with the same colors on top, and I just need to put down something to be like a palette here. Maybe not this one, I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm looking at other stencils I've got. I'll just go with it, and that's that. Okay, so I'm going to put some of the same colors here. Old acrylic paints. And let's put some white. I don't know if I'll need it, but I'll just put a little bit of white. We'll see. So not planned. Taking a makeup sponge, I'm just removing the dried paint here so I can use it again. And ta-da! I'm wondering if the chat is stuck or what, because something just doesn't work. Let's see. Yeah, the chat was stuck. So let's see. Who did I miss? Hi Minka. Yes, we are safe. It seems like at this hour they are not sending any missiles. So I just went on an unplanned live. Most of the attacks are at night. I stopped counting the amount of times we went to the safe room all through the night until the early mornings. So that's that. Hey Jojo. Okay, so I'm just going to start, and now I'm thinking how do I want to go about it. Like I've got the green here and the purple here, and if I want to go against it or with it, I can stencil with the green on the green and the purple on the purple. I can go completely different and do here the turquoise, and let's go with the turquoise. I love turquoise. Now this is part of the background, so I'm not too concerned about how prominent it is on the page. It's just something to texturize the background and add interest. That's it. So maybe dip into the white just to give some highlights, and so it won't be completely a flat, solid, flat color. Don't know if you can see it, but it's here. Yeah, okay, so now it's just some floating leaves. After I will finish stenciling, I'm going to do the stem for each thing I've stenciled. In Ranana said it was terrifying. They are in a shelter. Yeah, most of us have in one room in each house has a safe room. Since the first Gulf War, each house, apartments, whatever, by law have to make one of the rooms a safe room. It means everything, all the walls are from uh, solid concrete, and also there is a special door and special window, um, so it can withstand a missile, and it also has a special um, it seal. So if someone decides to um, send something, I don't know, a biological, chemical, then it's supposed to also protect us. So that's from the first Gulf War, and old houses that don't have, they have like before the first Gulf War, we had bunkers. Like each school had a bunker, and I'm not talking little bunker. I'm talking something that is underground, built to withhold a lot of people. Lots of years, all the people that live in the north that got missiles from Lebanon and Syria, all those bunkers, shelters were equipped with bunk beds and everything, so they could, well, they lived in in the bunkers for a long time. Each time they got missiles um, from there. So that's the bunkers, and so all kinds of if it's schools, hospitals, any municipal building, each neighborhood had a one or more bunker depending on the size of uh, the size of the neighborhood, so it can withhold all the people. And I'm talking really big structures underground that can facilitate all the people. So even now, these days, the green just doesn't show. So I think I'll just continue stenciling with the turquoise and the purple. So we still use in areas that have older buildings, they still use the bunkers. All the schools still and hospitals and everything else use the bunkers, but anything that was built since the first Gulf War, which was 1991, and I remember that just because I was in the military and had the fun of going through it. Now my older son is in the military, and he is going through this war. So yeah, fun times. So we have a safe room, and we get even without the sirens, we have in our phones, I don't know if it's not, if it's an app or whatever, that sends alerts when missiles are coming. So it gives us a few, depending on where it's coming from, it gives you like 1 to 2, sometimes 3 minutes to run to the safe room and close the door. So, yay! And that's what we're doing all through the night. Fun, fun, fun. Yeah. And each time that I'm starting to get into deep sleep, there was there was an alarm, and each time me and my blanket had to wrestle so I and get somehow into the safe room. So yeah, really fun times. What can I say? What can you do? A friend told me, I don't know how you can live like that. And I told her that sadly, we're kind of used to it because what can you do? It's not our first war. And yeah, and it's, if you're thinking about it, it's like people who have like tornadoes for that matter. How do they deal with it? They are used to it, so we are used to this. So tornado is nature, but and all the other stuff is not, but that's what it is. And yes, you deal with it because that's the only way to go about it. We don't know any other way, and I don't know. I think when it happens to you, you just you find you're you're stronger than you think. I hope I'm explaining myself. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Like the Ukraine are already, like, I think they are already 3 years into the war, and they were less prepared, a lot less prepared than we are, because they are not used to it. I don't want to think about what is going on there. I was in Kiev like a year, I think, before the war started, and my heart is just going out to them. We have a lot of refugees here from the Ukraine. Tried everyone when they it was at the beginning of the war, a lot of refugees came here, and I think most of the Israeli public tried to do as much as they can for them. Mostly, I think everyone is always talking about the how strong a army we have, not army, military. I think our strength is in our people more than anything else. So yeah, it looks kind of weird right now, all this floating leaves, and I'm itching to start doing the stems, but I want to just finish stenciling, and then I'll go on to do the stems and connecting everything. A pragmatic approach. Yeah. Yes, pragmatic approach. It is what it is, and you deal with it. There is no other way. Probably are. There are people that, I don't know what to call it, fled, went other places, but right now, since the beginning, we are finding out how a lot of places that we thought were safe are not safe for Israelis right now. And so I'm not sure that fleeing to another country will help. And I don't know, it depends on the person, but and I'm just stubborn. I can't see myself fleeing to somewhere else. Of course, I also have a my older son in the military, so I wouldn't go and leave him here. But I can't see myself running from it. I can see myself taking vacation. Uh, so to reduce the stress, which I try to do whenever I could. And right now, I was supposed to be again in Bulgaria next week, and it seems like once again the flights are going to get cancelled because what's going on here. So yeah, it is what it is. Okay, we've got something. Now it's time to connect the dots, so to speak. I'll move this before I'm doing something idiotic like putting my hand in it. And let's see. Maybe some metallic to do stems and to go around the leaves. Maybe this one, or just checking to see what floats my boat. This one's nice. Don't know how well it will look. Let's see. I can work with it, especially that it doesn't need to be too prominent on the page. It's just part of the background. Yeah, I'll just do this one. Don't know if you can see the metallic. I'm trying to put it to the light, so maybe you'll catch something. Okay. I'm trying to do it quite quickly because it really doesn't matter. It's part of the background. Not enough space. There is never enough space. I'm so glad I went with this live. I was kind of I don't know mm, how to explain it. After last night, I needed something that will what to call it. Bring me more calm. I think that's the best way I can put it. I made more backgrounds like this a while ago. One day I just needed to smear paint, and that's what I've done. And I decided that it needs to be a background for an art journal page. If I think I remember where I've done two more. Let's see. Here is another one. It's a softer version, and here is another one. So just played with the white and other colors and had fun with it. So it's starting to take shape now that everything is starting to connect. Oops. Okay. I forgot to bring something to drink, and I'm already feeling parched. I'll need to check what do I have in the refrigerator here. When we replaced the old refrigerator, we put the old one here. It still works, and the new one is in the kitchen, of course. Okay, so we've got this. Let's see. Hi, Ray. Hi, Betty. I knew that Down Under is still awake. Only US and Canada are probably asleep. I'm getting something to drink. Okay. Now I need to figure out what do I want to do about focal point, because this was completely and utterly unplanned. Let's see what I've got in my box for focal points. Yeah, dragonfly always works, but I kind of want to do something else. But if not, maybe this works also. This is a bird that I invented. This won't work here. This could work here, but I don't know. Okay, let's see. All kinds of stuff from watercolor, from coloring books. Sometimes I just get stuck. The birdies also can work here. Maybe. Also can work here. kinds of small stuff that won't work here. No. No, too much of the same. Since I made this box, I've done more original pages than before, just because now I've got at the ready all kinds of options that I can stick onto a page. I can probably use one of these. Let's see for a minute. So these images came from an old calendar I had. I think it was from 2004, and I kept it for a long time until I sat one day and just started cutting out all the images. And I've already used one of them in an art journal page, and someone said to me that I need to be careful because the images, of course, the artist that made this, it's licensed. And as far as I know, first of all, I bought it, only the calendar in 2004, but I'm not selling the work, and I'm not claiming it as my own. So if someone can enlighten me about if I'm doing something wrong by using those images in an art journal page, I would love to hear. I'm reading the chat. Hi, Diane. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's personal use. I don't sell my art journals. I don't sell copies of my art journals. So even if I thought of selling something that I made, it won't be a page with an image that was not mine. If I thought about putting an image on something, on a t-shirt, then it would have to be one of my all from scratch art journal pages. So okay, so it seems like most of what I've got here works on this page. So now I have the need to decide what is going on here. Which one is going on my page? I'm tempted to go with this because the colors stand out more on this background, instead of going with something that like this has more purple, but it just goes, it almost disappears on the background. So these two are a no. And this has too much green and also just goes too much into the background. I'm thinking maybe this one also can work here, especially that it looks almost like he's jumping or flying, I don't know what to call it, instead of standing on something. These two also work because they seem almost like standing on the leaves that I've made on the page. Still debating. No, decided against this one. No. Although, kind of works with the leaves. So I can put it here and go around and do some shadowing around it. So it's a maybe. I'm going with this one. Who knew? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I can even refine the image by taking out a little bit here. This is a pen with a little knife at the end. So when I have small areas that I need to get into, a lot of time I will use this. Sometimes I will only use it to start some incision into, and then I will grab my nail scissors and then go in. Like now I will go in with the nail scissors because I have this berry here and it's just easier to go with nail scissors around round objects, not objects, images. Yeah. I'm not going to do all of it, just some, and it will help the illusion that it's part of the background. There's another way that I use a lot of time is that after I'm gluing something and I feel that if I have a white area that sticks out too much, I will take one of the colors that I used in the background and then go on top. So that's another way to go about it. Sometimes even just regular felt markers work. So yeah. Okay, don't know why I'm a little bit not sore. My throat somehow is parched. Don't know why. Okay, just a little bit, and then I'll glue it to my page and work on it in terms of making it stick out more. Okay, so you see the calendar page was behind. Don't know if you can see it again. Awful camera. I just got back to using my phone and gave up on the fancy schmancy camera that I bought. More headache than anything. I just, whatever I used, and I had a lot of help from my younger son, which is aka IT support. No matter what we've done, because you have to do all kinds of stuff before you start filming, no matter what we did, it just didn't turn out well. So I just gave up. Each time I changed, like from something dark to something light, the whole thing changed. The camera just couldn't keep up with changes, and I can't have it that way because I change, the color is changes all the time. I can start with a light background and go into dark, and it just didn't work. Okay, so that's in place, and now I just want to do some shadowing. Let's see. I think I'll go very simple with this and take just a pencil. This is a 10B pencil. It doesn't have to be 10B. It can be 6B, 10B, 12B, whatever. It's just darker and softer graphite. So I am going around the image, and afterwards I'm going to smear it with a blending stub. Or if you don't have it, you can do the same thing with a Q-tip. And if it wasn't so a small area, and I wanted, if it was a larger area, I would just smear it with my finger. So very simple, very accessible. Anyone can buy this kind of pencils, office supply, back to school supply, and it's cheap. Nothing fancy about it. I'm thinking I'll go just a little bit more, as if there is more shadow where she's standing. Yeah, okay. I'm doing the shadow underneath the areas because that's how it usually goes. If you think about it, most of our light, if it's natural or artificial, comes from above. So the shadow will also be, if the light comes from above, then the shadow is down object. So and of course it's just an art journal page. It doesn't have to be realistic, so you can do whatever you want. Okay, starting to take shape just by dropping shadow. Okay, there are areas that if I'm thinking about it, probably need shadow, like in between here, but I don't see any added value to it, so I'm keeping it like this. Mostly I wanted to do a drop shadow around the image, not all around, but enough for it to be more distinct on the background. Okay, I think it worked. Hi, Terry. Okay, so I like it, and now I just want to darken the edges. So I'm thinking I'll take, let's see, I'm debating if to take a distress ink pad and go around the page, any kind of other ink pad, or keep on with just the pencil. Let's see. I think I'll take distress ink, and let's see, I need a soft brush. Let's see, I hope this will work. Okay, so it works, I just need more. I started a lightly, and it doesn't have to be. Before I forget, thanks for everyone that checked up on me. Really appreciate it. Still here, still standing, still breathing. There is an Israeli comedian that says that by just keep on breathing, we won. So I keep breathing. Starting to look good. I like it when things come together. In the corners, I go in a little bit more. I like it. The sound effects are here. Hubby is sleeping on the sofa downstairs. Haven't slept most of the night because of all the running into the safe room. I slept in between and he didn't, so now he's sleeping on the couch. It seems like men sleeps better on the couch. The ink is Dusty Concord Distress ink. Let's see, what did I miss? Yeah, we've got everything in the safe room. But when you're in there and you're, what can I say, when you're waiting for a missile to drop on your head, you don't have quite the head for board games. But we yesterday it was already into the early morning hours of the morning. It was like the third or fourth time that we ran to the safe room, just stopped counting at some time. I don't know why I went to, before I went to the Sephrom, I went to the, and brought all kinds of chocolates that we had. So we made it into a party with lots of all kinds of chocolates. So we ate our stress through chocolate. Yeah. Okay. So uh, another page done. I should probably do the cover for this large journal. It's beginning to be ridiculous. It's quite heavy and bulky. And you know what? I'm going to do a cover right now. Crazy me. I'm going for it. Okay, let's see. There was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to use some, I remember I wanted to use some book pages and some texture. And so let's see, I've got book pages, maybe something else like this, or maybe music sheet, maybe, I'm not sure yet again. And what else? I want to bring some other color into this, so maybe I've got all kinds of stuff that I bought and it seems like I never use, so I should probably take out all this stuff and start doing something instead of everything staying in this bin. This is my vintage bin. So I don't know. I'm thinking I need some burlap and jute, maybe. Let's see if I can find it. I've got burlap and what else? I've got jute and something else that will give me more texture. Maybe let's see. I'm looking for some kind of mesh. Just need to find it. I've got this kind of mesh. I think it's used for dry walls. Maybe I'll use this. And let's see. I've got some of the papers that I've done. Like, oh, let's bring this out. Oh my God. A faux handmade paper, and maybe this will give me the more texture and a little bit of added paint color, and not only this color. Maybe. Okay, so I've got all kinds of stuff out, and sometimes that's the most important thing, to have everything out so you can see what you're doing. Okay, so let's take some book pages. I'm always starting with book pages because it's just easy to get coverage and then build on top of it, and not be too much concerned about covering the whole thing. So just easier, and it's so accessible and cheap, and you can find it anywhere, all those old pocket books. Let's see. No, I'll use this glue, the one for paper napkins. Don't know why. I think it will work better. And let's bring in a brush. Just going to get rid here. I've got a, like, where the glue was on the spine of the book. Let's start. When I'm doing something like this, I lose time and place. I don't know what's going on. I can do this and never notice anything. I'm putting some of it out of the edges. I will trim later. So as you can see, I'm just covering very fast, and I'm going to build on top of it something that will be interesting. Again, I'm going to trim this later. Oopsie. Okay. And let's see. Okay, that was not straight, but I don't care. I'm doing it quite randomly. I don't have any explanation for why I'm putting each piece. Okay. Okay. Lots of stuff that God knows why I bought it. Okay. Let's see if I've got anything more interesting here. Not really. I'm going to trim here. Okay. So now I want to see if I can add some interest from my faux handmade papers, especially if I can put some turquoise in. Let's see. Maybe. Let's move some of the stuff here. Otherwise, I really don't have enough space to operate. Okay, done with this, done with that. That's done. Okay, I'm starting to see some of my desk. After the live, I need to remember I will put a link below for this, how to make this kind of papers. It's just using the white backing of paper napkins or other simple paper napkins, a solid color that you can buy in bulk. So I'll leave, it's so easy to make this, anyone can. Yeah, it can work here. Okay, going for it. Okay, so maybe I want to see if I can punch a shape out of it. Maybe a leaf, maybe a butterfly. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if it works. I've got two videos I've done in the past about making a faux handmade paper. I'll put a link below so you can check it out if you haven't seen it. Let's see. Yay! It worked! What do you know? Maybe I'll use it, I don't know yet. Let's do a butterfly. And see how it looks. Yeah, it's nice. Okay. But I think if I'll use something, I think it would be the leaf shape, and I want to punch another one, and if I won't use it here on the cover, then I will use it in another journal page. I will just have it at the ready. Okay, so here we are, and I haven't used the mesh. Do I want to use it? Oh, I think I won't do anything with the mesh, at least not right now. Eh, what I want to do, I've seen something on Pinterest, and I want to do something similar with the jute, so we'll see. Let's check the chat. I'm neglecting you. Hi, Diane. Okay, so let's see if I can do something with the jute, and it probably needs to be dipped in a glue, which means I'm going to make a mess. Yeah, I know myself, I'm going to make a mess. At least I'll try doing something. Just again, I need to get rid of things that I use, otherwise I don't have any room to do stuff. Okay, so let's see how I'm going to make this mess less a mess. Ay. So I'm going to put this jute here, and I'm going to take some glue, and I'm going to go over everything. Yeah, and now everything is with glue. Okay, let's try this. Something like that, and I'm not trimming it yet. Stay. Another piece. Okay, let's see. Sticky. It's sticky. Go figure. Glue be sticky. Yeah. Okay, let's see how I'm going to work this out. Maybe. Okay. There's a real brainstorming going here. Oh my God. Okay. So, oh boy, the things that I get myself into. Okay, starting to look like what I wanted it to look. And because it's so hot in here, some of the glue already is dry on the jute. Yeah. Now let's see. Okay, so I need to do something about the jute so it will be with enough glue to stay in place. The leaves are not a worry. It's very easy. I need it to stay in place, and Don't move. The amount of glue I have here. Oh my God. Okay. I think now it will stay in place. And I will have to wait for all of this to dry before I'm doing anything. And of course I didn't do the back and the spine, and there are lots of stuff to do here more. I want to ink around the edges. I want them dark brown. I'm thinking to use this burlap to do the spine, and the back, maybe I can do this like that. The back, I think I'll just put some more book pages, if I can find them now. Here they are. Okay, let's see. Instant background. I love it. Okay. Okay. I'll trim this later. Just too much right now. And let's see. You know what? I'll just do butterflies on the back, because why not? So let's do more butterflies. Oh boy. Yeah, never mind. Okay, I just want to go on top of them. It just helps to put everything in place, seal it. I don't know what to call it. That's how I go about these things. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's it. One original page, one start of a cover that now needs to dry before I'm doing the finishing touches. And I need to check the chat. Let's see. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Jean. Yeah. So, yeah, now it's the hard part, waiting for everything to dry. Oh, boy. I still think someone needs to invent a machine that you put your art journal inside and it comes out the other side all dry. Yeah, okay, so this needs to dry. Just trimming the excess. At least that's something I can do while everything is still wet. Just trying to put everything in some kind of order. My hands are so sticky right now. Yeah, it was worth it to just do something instead of checking the news. Yeah. So this is it. Yeah. This is it for today. This unplanned live. Maybe if this situation will continue and all the missiles will stay at night, then maybe I will do more lives in the day, during the day, although I do have a job, so it can't be on doing it when I have my regular job. But today is Saturday, so no working on Saturday. Okay. Oh. Thanks, Melissa. The blue is not a tissue paper, although you can make it from tissue paper. All these are my handmade, faux handmade papers. I will put a link below for the tutorials. There are like two for handmade paper and another one that I've done a long time ago. And mostly I use just the white backing from paper napkins. You can also use tissue paper. I go over all the options in those tutorials. I also shown how to do some texture on them. So yeah, these are just made from the white backing of paper napkins, which I have tons of because I use a lot of paper napkins. And even if you don't have paper napkins and you only have the regular paper napkins that you buy in bulk, you can use them also. I talked about it also in the tutorial, so that's another thing that you can use. I gave lots and lots of options how to go about it. and how to decorate it and how to paint it. So many options to go and do it. I'm also planning on doing another video about dyeing the white backing of paper napkins, because I'm planning to use it to decorate lots of boxes that I have, and also create backgrounds with it. So that's something that I'm planning on doing. So there will be another one, another tutorial. Yay! I can see some of my desk. Let's see. Okay, so if you have more questions for me, that's the time before I sign off. And as I said, I will leave a link below to the tutorials. And yeah. And thank you so much for coming in. It was great having you, and not only me talking to myself. And me taking a break from all the other stuff that's going on here. Thank you. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you all. So, yeah. So, thank you for coming in. I'll be seeing you in my next video, which would probably be, I'll drop a video tomorrow. And I'll be seeing you. Bye for now.